Okay, open up your little atheist books. Four, and we're starting on page 31. So, what does the teleological argument mean, and why is it important to know? First of all, what is the teleological argument? Not a definition of it. What is it literally? What does it say? Yes.
Every design the universe was a highly complex design.
Every design had a designer. The universe has an incredibly complex design. Therefore, the universe had a designer. So, because the universe is so highly complex, there must be a designer. And that's important to know because the assumed belief is that the universe was an accident um, that appears to be designed. Even atheist scientists would say the universe appears to be designed, but they don't believe it is designed. And this is a quote from Madam Secretary. A happy accident, I think is what they would. But here's the thing. That's not what happens in an accident. When Katie was, I read something one time that 50%, 50% maybe, of teenagers get into an accident within 6 months of their getting their license. And that was true for my daughter Katie. And she was driving our brand new, right off the lot Sorrento with her friend. And they were going up Washington, Lincoln Road, going up the hill. And they saw a truck crest the hill. And the truck, here's Katie, the truck kept going toward Katie. And by the time it hit her head on, she was off the road, and they couldn't see any people in the truck. And it totaled, I meant to put a picture of it, but it totaled the whole front end of my Sorrento. And they think that the girls thought that they probably fell asleep because they couldn't see anyone in the car. But what the girl told the cops was that she was looking at something out the driver's side window. And it was a mess. I mean, there were parts of the engine on the road. Fortunately, the girls had their seatbelts on. The cop told me that had they not had their seatbelts on, it would have been a different accident. And they were not wearing their seatbelts. They were both, I don't know how badly they were injured, but they were both taken away by ambulance. And it was a horrific thing for Katie, and it wasn't her fault. There was nothing she could have done. She did everything she could do. But the thing is, accidents never work. Accidents only lead to disorder. You don't have an accident and come out with, a brand new car or your house being, the tornado goes through and it makes your beds and it takes care of your dirty dishes and all that. That doesn't happen. Right now I'm praying for those in Florida, including my sister and her family. And wherever that hurricane goes, it will disorder, it will not order. Um, and so the universe, by all accounts, whether atheists or theists, um, believe that the universe is highly, precisely designed. But it can't be God because they knew out God in advance. And if you take the correct answer off the table, you'll never find the right answer. Um, so, um, um, uh, and all of this is, like I said, is important for us to understand, because that's not, especially if you're headed to a secular college, that is not what you're going to be taught. Number two. Who are the two famous scientists who confirmed the validity of the teleological argument? Yes. Yes. Isaac Newton and William Paley. What common sense assertion did William Paley give in support of the teleological argument? Yeah, he posited this idea that a Rolex watch was found in the woods, and someone coming upon it thought that maybe there was some storm or some um, kind of wind that created this watchmaker. And that's ridiculous. We all know that. It was not only designed, it was created um, by someone, by some intelligent being. But when it comes to the universe, which is phenomenally more complex than a Rolex, they say no, it can't be God because there is no God, which is not logical. Um, yeah, so number four. What is the anthropic principle and why is it important? First of all, tell me what the anthropic principle is. Yes.
And like, uh, that Malcolm scientists believe that the universe is extremely defined and like supports human life on Earth, and that unless everything worked the way it has, then human life would be impossible.
Yes. If it was altered in even minimal ways, there would be no life on Earth, um, particularly human life. And these are atheists who are saying it appears that the universe is finely tuned so as to allow human life. And they know that. They see that. That's what the science says and what the math says. But they can't believe it because they say there's no God beforehand. So, anthropic means human or man. And as I said, the anthropic principle is the concept that the universe is extremely fine-tuned to support human life. Number five, I'm going to go to I can't read my handwriting, but I'm really good at handwriting. So I'm going to go to the book so and we're going to talk about these anthropic constants. So the first one is on page 98, and it is what is that one? That first one. Yes. Yes. So the oxygen level is very precise. What would happen if it was altered? Right. So if oxygen were 25%, just 4% more, The fires would erupt out spontaneously. That would make it hard to have life on Earth. And if it was 15%, human beings would suffocate. Yes.
I have a question. Like, we'll have to know the concept, right? We have to know, like, why it is the way.
I won't make you go into too much specificity.
We could just say,
about
like,
this
oxygen
stuff.
compromise, right?
I mean, that would be more likely like a true or false, but you'll get a study guide that will let you know exactly. So uh, yeah, there'd be fires if it was um, uh, more. It would be and people would suffocate if it were lower. What's the second constant? Yes. Yeah, for lack of a better definition, it's kind of the thickness of the atmosphere. Um, and so, uh, so what would happen if that was changed? Um, what would happen if it was thinner? Yes.
Like the radiation.
Yeah, solar radiation would be too high, and yeah, we would would be right. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to survive. But if it were too thick, it would cause it changes the levels of nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide, and would not be what we need. The third one is hang on. This, yeah. So what's the anthropic? What's the third? Are we done? Yes. Yeah, the moon and the earth are their gravity affects one another. And again, it is precisely don't miss my I'm talking. Now you do.